So, football is already back. It's only been gone for about a month and it's already back. Now, this is the time of year where everyone decides to do their predictions. Who's going to win the league? Who's going to finish 10th? Who's going to finish at the bottom of the table? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to let Football Manager do it for me. That is correct. What I am going to do is I am going to simulate one season in Football Manager 20, which has an updated database to include obviously the promotions and relegations for many countries. It's obviously got all the transfers as well. I am recording this on Sunday the 13th of September. So if clubs have bought players after that date and you're watching it after that date, they're not in the database update. I'm sorry, I can't just put this video off forever. I have to do it at some point and I'm thinking now is the time to do it. Obviously that's the league table right now. We haven't played a single game. And I'm just going to press the holiday button for a season. Okay, we've not gone to the end of the season. We've actually gone to Christmas Day, because that's kind of one of those weirdly significant days in the Premier League, isn't it? That is the day as if you're at bottom of the table, you're probably relegated. I haven't seen anything that's happened just yet. I've seen a little bit of a hint as to what might have happened with Wolves, though. So this is what I'm presented with when I return from holiday. You can see there, Hasenhüttl and Bilic, both jobs are insecure in the Premier Division. I think Wolves lost their manager. He might have got sacked. He may have moved jobs. I don't know. So let's go click the Premier Division then. So that is what we look like at the halfway point. Manchester City topping the table, 44 points. Just 3 defeats. Chelsea in second. 3 points behind, so it's only 1 victory difference. Arsenal in third, Manchester United round off the top 4. Fulham? What is going on with Fulham up in 5th place? I don't know. I mean, their goal difference isn't particularly great, but they are winning a lot of games. They've beaten Chelsea, they've beaten Liverpool, and they've beaten Spurs. That is 9 points there against teams that arguably they really were not expecting to get 9 points. They also picked up a point against Manchester United as well. So they've only lost 4 times. Manchester City, Arsenal, Newcastle and Wolves. That is all they've lost. Then we go into 6th place is Tottenham, Everton, Liverpool, 7th and 8th, Everton and Liverpool. What has happened to Liverpool? West Ham in 9th, Palace rounding off the top 10. Leicester, Newcastle and Aston Villa in 11th, 12th and 13th, all on 22 points with Burnley just 1 point behind them. Leeds in 15th, so the newly promoted side are doing reasonably well, I guess. Obviously, they're not doing a Fulham, they're not flying high up the table, but they're not in the relegation at the moment. Brighton, Wolves, Southampton, Sheffield United and West Brom are the bottom 3, which is why Southampton's manager and West Brom's manager is currently in a little bit of trouble. And yes, Wolves have changed their manager. Bielsa is in at Wolves. So that means Leeds have also changed their manager. Okay, so what happened then? Nuno Espirito Santo got sacked in not long ago, actually, 7th of December. Bielsa comes in on the 22nd of December. So he's only been in for 3 days, so I don't even think he's played a match yet with Wolves. So that means Leeds have a new manager. However, Mark Jackson here is the caretaker manager, so they don't have a new manager at the moment. We can see that the favourite is me. Okay, well, that doesn't... I'm not going for... Don't worry, I'm not getting the job. A few other bits then to take a look at. Goals, the top goal scorers, Aguero and Mitrovic on 11. Bernardo Silva on 10. Lacazette on 10. Shane Long on 10. As a Southampton fan, I would love to see it. As a Southampton fan, we're not going to see that. That's not going to happen. The 2 Chelsea new boys, Werner and Havertz, both in there on 7 goals, along with Mason Mount as well. So there's sure. I mean, I don't. This is quite normal, isn't it? Apart from obviously Shane Long, I guess Mitrovic also being up there because Fulham aren't normally in the Premier League. Clean sheets: Ederson, Kepa, Leno, Lloris. I mean, it's kind of the usual. The usual players up there, isn't it, with the clean sheets? So, yeah, that's kind of fairly standard. Assists. Harry Kane up there with 6. Salah Fernandez also with 6 assists. Not that we care too much about it. Champions League first knockout round draw is there. So, who's made it through from England? Spurs, Liverpool, Chelsea, and Manchester City. So all of them. Every single team in England made it through to the first knockout round. Do we care about the Europa League? Does anybody care about the Europa League? Manchester United and Arsenal might do. because they are still in the competition in the first knockout round, which means they won their group. I thought they must have finished second. Wolves also managed to go through in their group with PSV. Anybody else in here? I don't think there is there? We'll have a quick look at transfers as well, actually. So, Liverpool have done some business. Ruben Diaz and Odsonne Edouard, they have signed the pair of them. Christian Kabasele from Watford goes to Newcastle. Rojo goes to Monaco. I mean, most of these are players leaving. I want to see people joining England. Who else have we got? Sam Cosgrove from Aberdeen to Southampton. Aaron Hickey from Hearts to Southampton as well. Not really a huge amount of transfer business going on, is there? That might be because the updated database has changed some sort of transfer values, I don't know. But yeah, right then, we're going to go forward till the end of the season, and then we'll see whether this has changed too much. You'd expect Liverpool to probably start to climb up that table, Fulham to probably drop down. If you swapped Fulham and Liverpool round, I would say that wouldn't be the most obscure top 5. But still, you'd expect probably Liverpool to maybe be second or third. The season is complete. I have yet to see what the league looks like, but we're going to go take a look. Have Man City stayed at the top of the table? Have Fulham continued their absolutely ridiculous run in the league? And are West Brom getting relegated at the bottom of the table like they were at Christmas? Well, would you look at that? Chelsea are champions of England. 88 points for a Frank Lampard side. Only 4 draws, 6 defeats. Second place is Arsenal, 24 wins, 10 draws on the board then for Mikel Arteta. In third is Manchester City, 80 points, not too far away, although they were 8 points off the top of Chelsea. And then Manchester United rounding off the Champions League spot, 79 points for United. So very close between the two Manchester sides. Liverpool almost getting into the Champions League instead, having to settle for the Europa League, and Spurs also settling for the Europa League. And then we have a big old drop from 6th down to Fulham, who did manage to keep up that run. 7th place in the end, 53 points on the board for the newly promoted side. That's a good season. That is a very good season. They might not have Europe because the FA Cup is obviously a thing, and that decides whoever gets that final spot. We will see. I'll basically holiday beyond that as well. Leicester finishing down in 9th, Newcastle in 8th there. Not too far off each other either. Villa and Everton as well, 51 points each. And then once again, another big drop into effectively the bottom 8, which is the relegation crew, isn't it? It is West Ham, Palace, Burnley, Leeds, Brighton and Wolves all managing to stay up. So Bielsa swapping Leeds for Wolves and finishing 3 points below Leeds. West Brom did manage to get off the bottom of the table, but did get relegated. Southampton, my team, getting relegated as well. I hope that's not how this season goes. And Sheffield United at the bottom of the table. I don't think that's, if I'm honest, that's not how it's going to finish. Fulham aren't going to be 7th. Sheffield United and Southampton aren't going to be 19th and 20th. West Brom might get relegated though, I'll give you that one. Top goal scorer then is Bernardo Silva. Strangely, Bernardo Silva is the top goal scorer along with Alexander Lacazette, both of 18 goals. Then 4 players on 17. Wilson at his new club, Newcastle. Salah, Aguero and Chris Wood. Chris Wood always seems to score a ridiculous amount of goals in this game. I don't know why, he always seems to do it. Batshuayi at his lone club of Crystal Palace getting 15. Firmino, Werner, Havertz, Son and Fernandes, Bruno Fernandes, that is, all on 14 goals as well. Aston Villa's Mbawa Samata and Mason Mount on 13. That's good to see. Aston Villa getting up there. In case you're interested about the assists, Hakim Ziyech is actually the top assister in the league with 13. Havertz gets 12 along with Mo Salah. Fernandes and Willian on 11. Willian getting 11 assists for his new club Arsenal. Firmino, Jonjo Shelvey, okay, up there with 10 assists. And Kovacic on 10 as well. Romain Sawyers at West Brom getting 8 assists. I mean, the lower down the assist league you go, it gets a bit weird, doesn't it? But yeah, the usual players, I guess, are up there. Have we got any more transfers that took place that are interesting? Memphis Depay going to Manchester City for 57 million. Kingsley Coman to Chelsea. We've seen Ruben Diaz, Juan Benet off to Man City as well. Balotelli to Manchester United. I'm not seeing that one. Definitely not seeing that one. Oxlade-Chamberlain leaving to go to Lyon. Eric Bailly off to China to Wuhan. Sofiane Amrabat to Liverpool. Emerson leaving. We've got some Diego Rosa from Gremio to Manchester City. Rudiger to Lyon as well. A couple of players going to Lyon. It's interesting. Souček to Shakhtar. Vasilko, I can never pronounce his name, off the Wolves, which must have helped them kind of stay up, I guess. We've seen Kabasele. We've seen some of these. Phil Jones going to Lille as well. No, that's not Lille. That is the other one. That is the Lyon. One of them is Lille, one of them is Lyon. He's gone to the other one. Ross Barkley going to Marseille. Lots of players going off to France, apparently. John Lundstrom as well going to France. So yeah, there's some transfers taking place. There's lots of transfers. I'm not going to go through every one of them. We can see the manager movement as well. So we started off with Nuno Espirito Santo getting sacked, Bielsa coming in, and then obviously Bielsa leaving, meant that Gordon Strachan became the Leeds manager. That's amazing. Gordon Strachan being the Leeds manager. I mean, he used to play for them, didn't he? Yeah, he did. Back in 1988 to 1994. A 63-year-old Gordon Strachan. I love that. That's amazing. Gordon Strachan managing in the Premier League. Moyes also got sacked from West Ham because the players lost confidence. Juan Manuel Lillo gets implemented. He is currently a Manchester City coach, apparently. He's not bad. And then Hassan Hüttl also getting sacked not too far in the past because of poor league position. Luciano Spalletti comes in, but it wasn't enough to save Southampton from the drop. Just out of interest as well, insecure jobs, Brendan Rodgers, Jurgen Klopp and Jose Mourinho. All of them insecure. So every single one of those teams have definitely underperformed and their manager could find themselves on the way out. I mean, Liverpool and Spurs were 5th and 6th. That kind of sounds a bit unfair. I can kind of understand Brendan Rodgers at Leicester, but still, they weren't bad. Top half. Champions League final will be Chelsea and Manchester City. That's going to be interesting. 2 English clubs in the final. Can Man City finally win the Champions League, or will Chelsea pip them to the post? Europa League final is Borussia Dortmund versus Manchester United. That's a big marquee final. That is a showcase final. This is a fancy way of looking at things. So the FA Cup then, the final will be Manchester City and Spurs. Man City getting past Liverpool in the semi-final. Spurs beating North London rivals Arsenal on penalties in the semi-final. So that is going to be a big game if we go and press that button. The Carabao Cup, let's just put that to the 4th round as well, it's Manchester United. Manchester United have beaten Chelsea in the Carabao Cup final. Chelsea beating City in the semis, and Manchester United beating Spurs in their semi-final. I mean, that's a lot of goals, isn't it? That is 16 goals across 2 games. Whereas that might be on aggregate. That's probably on aggregate, isn't it? I know we've seen what the Premier League is going to finish. It 100% will finish like that because Football Manager is always the most accurate game in the world. So yes, Chelsea will become champions of England this season. You've heard it here first. But we've also got the Champions League and the FA Cup and the Europa League as well, all to decide. I have holidayed forward, so let's see how the English teams got on in those. Well, interestingly, Leicester and Liverpool both sacked their managers. Klopp is gone, Rodgers is gone, so that is interesting. Strachan might be sacked from Leeds, though. That's a shame. Chelsea have done it. Chelsea have won the Champions League. Timo Werner with both the goals. Sergio Aguero pulls one back for Manchester City, but it was not enough. Chelsea are champions of England and Europe in this season. I somehow don't think that's going to happen, but I imagine Chelsea fans would be extremely happy if it did. Also, they won the Champions League final with their goalkeeper getting a 6.1 rating and Mason Mount getting a 6.2 rating. How have they won this final? Manchester United book their place into the Champions League thanks to a Scott McTominay 98th minute winner in the Europa League final against Borussia Dortmund, although I think they finished 4th, so they're already in the Champions League. They've just basically got themselves another ticket. This might mean Fulham have qualified for Europe because of this result. That would be nice. Manchester City don't end the season though empty-handed. They do manage to pick up the FA Cup with a 1-0 victory over Spurs in the final. Rodri with the solitary goal after just 2 minutes. 2 whole minutes on the clock in the final. Manchester City win that one. And it does mean that Fulham have qualified for the Europa League in their first season back in the Premier League. There you see it then. That is apparently what Football Manager thinks will happen in the 2020-2021 season. It's going to be Chelsea at the top, Arsenal, Man City and Manchester United getting the Champions League spots. Liverpool, Spurs and Fulham into the Europa League, and the unlucky three, West Brom, Southampton and Sheffield United, finishing the bottom three, getting themselves relegated. And apparently, they will be replaced by the three teams that have been relegated in real life: Bournemouth, Norwich and Watford, winning the playoffs. Well, thank you very much for watching. This Football Manager predicts the 2020-2021 season, I guess is what we're going to call this video. If you did enjoy, do please remember to leave a like. If you are new here, you can hit that subscribe button and you can watch some of the other stuff that I do. I basically do Football Manager Let's Plays. I have a save going on now for 12 seasons, possibly, with Southport, all the way from the Vanarama National Leagues, all the way up to the Premier Division. I'm not going to spoil too much, but we've climbed fairly high. We've also got a new save with Africa Sports in the Ivory Coast, where I'm trying to build a nation. We've done saves with Sampdoria. We've also done one with Newcastle. We've done one with Everton as well. There'll be plenty more to come when Football Manager 21 comes out as well. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next episode. I'll see you later.